Hey, what's up YouTube? Dan the Fix-It Man. Got another quick video here for you. I'm going to show you how to add some DIY puddle lights to the underside of your door. Now, a lot of new vehicles, as you know, come with puddle lights. They're either under the mirror or sometimes they're in the door or under the door, but I just wanted to add something to give off a little bit of light when you open the door at night. Right now, we just have our standard door light there. I'm going to change that bulb out as well, but I'm going to mount this guy right underneath here, right underneath the door, and wire it into the same circuit here. Okay, so first we need to remove the door panel. On the Tundra, there's two of these little press in the center tab here, press in that little centerpiece, and then you can just pry them out. Screwdriver works fine, and then hang on to these. Once you push that center in, they come out pretty easy. Then we need to pop off this little plug here, and we need to take off this little one right here. If you're careful, you won't really scratch it up too much. Just a little door right there. And then this one right here. And then we can take out each of these screws. And then take out the screw down here. Now we need to pop off the trim around this handle. The easiest way I've found to pop this trim off is just to get a small flat blade screwdriver, and in the top you want to pry up, and in the bottom you want to pry down. And you don't want to do it over here, it's right over here. And then while you do that, while you're prying down, just kind of pull it out. And while you pry up on the top one, same thing. Might be easier with it locked. There you go. Once you get it out over here, then just kind of open the handle, and that will pull off. See, here's the hook where it hooks into this part, but these little tabs right here, that's what you're prying. You're prying it, this one up and this one down, and then set that aside. All right, and then we just need to go around. I believe that there are 7 or 8 little snaps. All right, and then we can just carefully lift this off, kind of side to side. Just kind of keep an eye on the front little trim piece here with the small speaker. But you can squeeze this around that. All right, and then we want to disconnect our light, which is this wire right here down low. And then we need to disconnect the master door switch. You can see on the master door switch, it's just a little tab right there that you press in. Same with the light down here, just this little tab. And you can see one of our little snaps either broke off or stuck in the door. That's pretty common. Oh, here's another one. So two of them got stuck in the door. Sometimes you can just pull them out. You can come right back over here and see on the panel, they just slide into that little notch. All right, so before I cut into the wiring here, I'm just gonna mount this little LED strip, and I'm just gonna mount it right here. These come with this little 3M double stick backing. I'm just gonna clean this to make sure that it sticks really well. And then we'll stick this first to our LED light, and then peel off the second layer. And I already did the other side, and I just lined it up right here. This little indent just past that, and just stick it in place. Now that that's mounted, let's just get it wired up. Okay, now with the master switch disconnected, this is not active even though the door's open, so it's okay for us to cut this. If you want to be extra careful, you can also disconnect the battery. But I am gonna just cut this little piece of tape off of right here. Actually, I'll just cut it right here. All right, and then we'll strip these wires back just about a ½ inch. And the one with the white is the ground. The one with the white stripe here So that's at least that's what it was on the other side. So I'm just going to do the same thing. If it doesn't work, we'll just have to take it off and redo it. And then this, I'm just going to strip this back a little bit and cut off some of this shielding. Just going to peel it back about that far. Cut that. I'm just going to use these simple little connectors, and I'm just going to crimp one side at a time. I'll do these ones first. Just give them a little tug, make sure that they're nice and snug. We peeled back the shielding, but still need to strip these ones here. Now, this is a really small gauge of wire. There we go. Now before I put these ones on, I'm also going to add some heat shrink. And then we will slide that back down once we have this all together. This side is our ground side. We'll do that first. Now before I push this one in to crimp it, I'm just going to split the larger wire and fold this in. Kind of twist it around one side first, and then twist the two together. Otherwise that little wire will tend to just slide back out. Okay, give it a little tug. Looks good. Now same with this side here. I'm just gonna split these wires open, or just separate them, and just kind of twist one side of that together. All right, and put that in the connector there. Just make sure you hold that in place. Don't crimp your fingers. And give it a solid, give it a little tug. That feels all right. And then I'm going to slide that heat shrink down over the connector. All right, and then we'll just shrink that. I used to have one of those little mini butane torches, and that was nice for stuff like this. Okay, and then I'm just going to tape this up as well. Make it look decent, but it also is nice to kind of have it a little bit more sealed off from any moisture. I'm just going to pull the slack up here as well. There's not a whole lot, but just tape that so it's out of the way and doesn't hang down below that panel. There we go. Now before I put the panel back in, I'm also going to take out this light here, and I'm going to change the bulb to an LED. This plastic cover just came off, but you can see it's got little tabs. It just kind of snaps in place over this little housing. You can see the standard bulb. I'm just going to swap it out with this LED. Now unfortunately, these are polarity sensitive, so I'm just going to guess. And if it's wrong, I'll have to take it back out and change it. I might leave the cover off just for that. Just pull out the old one. Pop in the new one. Okay, now we can put the panel back on. So first we need to reconnect our master switch here, and we need to reconnect our switch for the light, like that. Okay, and then we can just put the door panel up above here. Now it's a little tricky with the speaker here. Kind of have to just fight that a little bit. There's probably an easier way to do this, and it's probably take off this front speaker, but I don't know how that comes off, and I really don't want to break it. So I was able to do the other side just by flexing this a little bit, like that. There you go. Just make sure that this falls in place and it's completely seated on the door. And then you may want to just come around and look, just kind of peek into the side here and make sure each of those snaps are lining up. And once you're sure that those snaps are lined up, you can just pop them in place. There we go. Now I can already tell that I got the LED in the door wrong, but the underside, of course, you can see that that's already lit up. So we got our wiring right, but we have the polarity wrong on this bulb. So we'll just pull that out and then flip it. There it is. That's all it was. Again, on those, sometimes you just have to flip them. And then we can put this cover back on. All right, then we'll start with the front. This is this screw here. And then this little cover snaps in place. And then our little door trim piece here. Now remember, this hook here needs to go in first before these tabs here. That looks good right there. And then just press it in on the top and the bottom. And then we need to put our screw in. Okay, and then just snap that little door closed. Okay, now we can put this screw here just underneath this armrest here. And this little cover, just remember the little notch right here goes at the bottom. All right, and then the last two pieces are these little press in pins. You have to just pop this center shaft back out and then line those up and push them in. I try to push in the bottom part first and then the top. Same with this one here. And that's it. Now, of course, I can't really show you what this looks like during the day, so I'm gonna get a shot here of a before and an after at night real quick for you. Okay, so this is just in my driveway at night, and here's a before for you. Well, that's about all you see. Really doesn't light up that area too much. It's nice, it's a little door light there, but that's it. And there's the after shot for you. Huge improvement over the stock door light there. You can actually see the ground now and see what you're stepping out into. Better shot there from a distance. That's what it looks like. You can see just a huge improvement over stock. The stock light really just doesn't light up the ground at all. These rear doors still have just that standard door light. So you can see the difference there. That's about what the front was doing. Really doesn't light up that ground very well at all. And here it is with the under the door puddle light added. So it's kind of nice. I can still do this quick little, there's a quick side by side for you. Again, there's just the stock door light. I have not changed those bulbs out yet. I don't think I'll do the under the door puddle lights in these rear doors, but I really am happy with how that turned out. It's kind of has a blue spectrum, it seems like, right when you open the door. I don't know why. There you go. I'll probably just swap out these bulbs here, these kind of yellow incandescent bulbs, with some of those LED bulbs as well. I'll probably swap these out here shortly, but kind of happy that that was there so you can see a comparison again side by side. Now you can see this is something super easy to do. You can do this on just about any truck or car, as long as you got the room underneath the door to stick that LED to, and a door light that you can tap into. I hope you liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. That does help me out. I'll get a link in the description to the light that I used along with that bulb that I swapped out. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck.